Downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 or 4, and we are not going to complain.
Barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The play action fake. Bring in the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Keep bringing the heat like that, you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown and Nick Fairley.
Yeah, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back and took care of the offense. The defense making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
Rush is on him. Complete to the right. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10 or 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 or 4 yard runs later in football game.
There he goes. Running through contact. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for more. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, the running back looking for room. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
What'd you say, B?
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense
Yes,
thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Pressure coming. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag.
Okay.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires left. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. the running back.
Good
And this one will be
defense.
stopped for no gain. These two rivals
the
first
football,
played in
baby
1893,
boys.
but there was nearly a
Look on the
half
pass,
century,
look.
guys, and they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long.
We did not
The
let him
Iron
get
Bowl
through
is a
it.
civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Provo. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
Little touch pass to the receiver. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown tie. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. The inside handoff. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
It'll take 4. It'll take 4. It'll take 4. Let's go.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Who does, man?
Back to pass. Unloads it left. It's caught all the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it
fires one high and deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
Get a stop right here, defense, man.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. force its first timeout of the half. Use the play fake. Now to throw. On the move to his left. Incompleted. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Hauls it in. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
He'll pull it down. Still on his feet at the 45.
Oh, you can't argue your shit, bro.
What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And you got to lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Quarterback keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bama.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
It's always a crazy ride.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Going right to work up top. Moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. Quarterback gets enough. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to try to get it himself. Inside the 45. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the air on first down. Under fire. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the
pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Now he's going to break the pocket.
Why you stop?
It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive for the senior trying to fit that one in there.
I give you that put me in the pick, huh?
Big play on this third and long.
Hey, quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites and you're going to look out there and you're that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Defense not showing press coverage. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position. The fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication.
Turning it on. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call. And
Daddy, baby.
On the same page here.
Daddy, baby. Ah, goddamn. Let's see.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. On the move. Still on his feet at the 40. Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Let's go put up some points, man. They realize that we play on 4 minutes. This shit gonna match the hell.
Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Casey. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We'll find out here.
Auburn lines up quickly.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Uncorks it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down, he'll throw it. Using his legs to buy some time. Ample time in the pocket and lets it go to the left. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the catch. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, scramble play, everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third, I can't slide early, I can't run out of bounds, I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Quarterback keeps it. Touchdown, Tiger! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and a really nice job to set up this offense with good field position. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Basic connection. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners.
Why you do that?
In gear and got the long touchdown.
Why you do that?
Out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last
Why you do
score
that?
was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Casey. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete on the right side. Breaks into the open. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46. And the Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. He's got it along the sideline. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. A design run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway.
Mama, who's she talking to like that?
On the run from inside his own 5.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Bo.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires fires to the right. And incomplete on the deep ball. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
So here comes the Auburn offense. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. Still looking on the move. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. And you want that clock to run. And he'll find enough running room to get
put them things out though.
At the 49.
No, it'll pop up.
It's a big pressure moment for the offense too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half, and it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds.
I will. Yes. Tell him I will. You going to bed? Whatever. You going to sleep.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. So this defense has to protect the lead, but they can also end the deal by putting the quarterback down. Throws to the tight end. He makes the catch. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man quickly. The Tide will get the first down.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Out of the gun, the inside kick. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the fourth, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. Now improvising. He's going to take off. He's not going to get there. A big stop for this defense on fourth down.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
He leaves it with his back. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A little too much on that.